You ever think that maybe part of the problem with modern society these days is that in 1963, all of the world's greatest minds were working at NASA, building rocket ships, inventing faster ways to get around planet Earth and stuff like that, generating clean electricity. And now they're all out here beating my ass in SAP at 1:57 p.m. on a Monday. It's true, I'm a CPA doing jack shit. This is an honest, not messed up question, okay? Like, I'm not trying to hate on you or anything. If you are a CPA, what do you do from May until December? I'm sure you got some very proactive clients who, like, January 3rd, they're like, here's an envelope full of receipts and stuff like that. So you can get started on the taxes. Late filing all the way to October, I would be so fucking stressed out, man. As the person late filing, I've got a CPA friend. It seems to always be tax season. I guess, well, it is always tax season, right? People file late. Corporations have different ends to their fiscal year. Then there's different taxes. You know, there's income tax, corporate tax, payroll tax, et cetera, et cetera. Some fanum tax, so true. They're still trying to figure out the legislation for that one. No, please, 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 nobody tell Justin Trudeau about the fanum tax. Please, please. Oh. I'm getting so many -2s for that. What? That's funny, man. That's funny. I can't tell if you're -2ing me because you think I like Justin Trudeau, -2ing me because you think I hate Justin Trudeau, -2ing me because you don't like when a 35-year-old man is saying things like the phantom tax. I can't, there's too many possible reasons for a -2. I don't know what the phantom tax is. Little bro said phantom tax. He doesn't even know. So Rick Moranis be like, Jean Poutine says he's going to abolish the phantom tax. Would love to know your thoughts on this. Somebody from Ohio speaks directly into the camera. Congratulations, Prime Minister Jean Poutine, for abolishing the phantom tax. People watching that shit in Moose Factory like, they're so stupid. They're so stupid. They don't even know we don't have a phantom tax. See, I can insult Moose Factory as well. I can insult my own country. It's not just Ohio. The problem is, people are like, why is he going so hard on Ohio? Well, the first time I said it, everybody laughed. And then like it became like a thing. So now it's not only funny, but it's referential, which makes it even funnier. So it's like self-reinforcing. Ohio's got a lot of, it's got to do a lot of climbing to get itself out of the hole we dug. Anyway, I know I said that it was with no disrespect, but I know you guys are just chilling. May to December, I know you're just chilling. Also, I don't want to stress any streamers out, like if they're still in here. But like, sometimes I'll watch a streamer, they're talking about taxes. And then they're like, my taxes are due. But then they just are like, I'm just going to do late filing. Can you just do that? Like, I feel like if I was the IRS, I would be like, oh, and why did you file late this year? And they'd be like, I just didn't really get around to it. I would be like, well, fuck you, bro. You owe me a penalty. You can literally just ask for an extension and they're like, yeah, no problem. Really? Why is anybody filing their taxes, bro? My accountant even recommends it. Oh, because I want my refund. That makes sense. But like, these are streamers. They are not paying quarterly. That's too much work. So you know they're not getting a refund. It's like the streamer tax cycle. Like, listen, this is how you know my audience is getting too old. 10 years ago, they'd be like, shut up! Now they're like, okay, speak on that. Streamer is like, May 1st. I'm going to do better on my taxes this year. I'm going to pay quarterly. 6 months go by. Well, it's too late to pay quarterly now. I'm stressed out about tax season. Tax season comes, they file, they get hit with like an enormous one-time tax bill. You should really pay quarterly next year. Yeah, I'm going to do it. But now I'm so stressed out, but taxes are over. I get a little bit of relief. I don't have to think about them for 6 months. Okay, it's too late to start paying quarterly now. I just go, oh, brother. Yeah, you can put this in the sleep aid section of the compilation librarian. It's hurting my psyche too much. I'm just saying, like, I don't know how it works. Maybe it's the same in Canada. I'm not trying to say like it's an American thing. It might be the same in Canada. Maybe if you're like, sorry I didn't file my taxes April 22nd or something, they'd be like, no problem. Did you have a good reason? I'd be like, I was kind of sleepy. They'd be like, all right, just get them done whenever. Or is it like get them done whenever, but then when you do them, they're like, you owe us more than expected because we applied like retroactive interest to it for the stuff that you should have owed us in April. Some CPA in chat who isn't doing shit right now because it's not the end of the fiscal year yet. Just sitting there racking up billable hours to press 3 buttons in Excel over and over. I think if you are an accountant, you should overcharge your clients, myself included. Why? Because fuck them. They decided they didn't want to do it themselves. Make their pockets hurt. They're basically, anytime you get hired by a client, it's an insult, right? They're basically saying, my time's too important to do this shit. You fucking deal with it. So you gotta hit them where it hurts. Isn't that every contractor? Yeah, but if you were like mow my lawn and the landscapers hit you with like a $500 invoice, you would take them to federal court. If your accountant hit you with an invoice like that, what are you gonna do? You can't fuck with your accountant. What are you gonna, they're gonna get you implicated in tax fraud. I think about that all the time. I'm like, my accountant, I don't know what they do. So I always just try to stay on their good side. They're doing some shit over in the lab. I don't know fully what it is. They know the ledgers, they know the laws. I gotta keep a good relationship with them. Because if I'm 15 minutes late for an appointment, couldn't they be like, here's some shit like we shouldn't have done. Oh, it would be a shame if this happened to find itself on the CRA's desk, right? Or do they? It doesn't make sense. They probably have some kind of oversight, right? I guess my view of an accountant is that an accountant is basically legal tax fraud. That might be a stupid way to look at it. But is this one of those things where people are going to be like, no, that's not what it's like. But then all the accountants are going to be like, well, legally speaking, it's not fraud, but they are taking advantage of things that normal people can't, that seem like it shouldn't be legal, but you got to read the tax code, son. This is not a joke. I remember asking my accountant a question. This is like 6 or 7 years ago or something. And I was like, this doesn't make sense. What you're telling me doesn't make sense. And then I asked him what the basis of it was, and dude whipped out some shit from like 13th century English law. It was like some kind of legal precedent that was established in the era of like Richard the Lionheart. And then he's like, well, you see, because Canadian law is based off of British law, this is in the legal record as like a precedent that has stood up in court for 8 centuries. And I was like, you know what, brother? Fuck me. I shouldn't have asked. You're right. I shouldn't have asked the question. You do your job. I don't know why I'm out here trying to be like, your work is fake. Keep doing what you're doing. Obviously, you're doing a good job. I'm going to stay in my lane. You can stay in yours. I'm going to assume that you know what you're doing, whether that's true or not. Thoughts on murder? Well, according to King John II, murder is illegal. It goes against the British idea of Magna Carta, which is English for respect for life.
I know a girl who has a level 2 bear. She's always overriding whatever food was there. She don't like garlic. She don't like cheese. She don't like lemon or any of these. She uses scam. hell is this? It's Early Flaming Lips. Boomer.